Saudi Arabia is building a cube city. You're looking at Saudi Arabia's latest mega project. It's called the Makaab. The cube will be a massive 400 meters, and inside will be apartments, offices, hotels, schools, restaurants, parks, hospitals, and shops. The cost has not yet been revealed, but it will be in the billions. To show just how big this thing is, it can fit 20 Empire State Buildings inside it. The project is part of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, which is the same reason why Saudi Arabia is building a 100-mile-long city known as the Line. But tell me, would you want to live inside the Makaab, or is a cube city not for you? Saudi Arabia have just shocked the world. They have just announced their new city called the Line. The entire city will be stacked 500 meters high. That's higher than the Empire State Building. It will stretch 170 kilometers across the desert, meaning it would take around 40 hours to walk from one end to the other. The entire city will be encased in a mirrored glass wall. 9 million people are set to live in this Line city. There will be no cars in this city. Instead, they will use AI transportation systems. They say you can get anywhere in the city in less than 20 minutes. But this is going to be seriously weird. People's entire lives, their families, their homes, their work will all be in this one city. There will be hospitals, schools, shops, and everything you could think of in this city. It's believed the Line will have its first residents in 2030. But do you think this is a good idea or not? Saudi Arabia's Line City is finally being built. New drone footage has revealed construction of the Line has begun. It's going to be one of the biggest cities ever made, and it will be created all in one big line. It's going to cost around $1 trillion to build, and many say it's simply too big. But now it's actually happening, so we'll have to wait and see. It's going to stretch 170 kilometers across the desert. But will it ever look like what the designers have in mind? Saudi Arabia is famous for not completing big projects. For example, the $1.2 billion Jeddah Tower. It was supposed to be the new tallest building in the world. It was supposed to be finished in 2020, but nearly 3 years later, construction has been halted. But will the Line be more successful? Let me know what you think. Most expensive construction mistakes. This is the SEG Plaza in Shanghai. The building cost $100 million. But in 2021, it began shaking. The entire building was evacuated and people ran for cover. Thankfully, it didn't fall, but it was closed for a long time. This is the Walkie Talkie building in London. It cost $1.8 billion. But there was a big problem with this building being glass and curved. It reflected the sun's heat onto the road below, causing cars to melt and roads to crack. One reporter even fried an egg on the road. Jeddah Tower in Saudi Arabia was supposed to be the world's biggest building. $1.2 billion have been spent, and it was supposed to be finished in 2018. But after many corruption scandals, building has been paused. Useless mega projects that wasted billions. Forest City in Malaysia was supposed to be a green energy smart city. All of the buildings were far too expensive and Malaysians could not afford them. Over $100 billion has been spent on the project. It was made for 700,000 people, but less than 500 people actually live there. Naypyidaw is the new capital city of Myanmar. The government began building it in secret in 2005. It has highways, houses, and even an airport. The only thing missing is the people. It is a ghost town despite being a massive capital city. $4 billion was spent on the city, but no one lives in it. Interstate H3 is a massive highway in Hawaii. It cost a massive $1.3 billion. Almost no one drives on it, and many natives believe it's cursed. This is the most expensive liquid in the world. Scorpion venom is the most expensive liquid in the world. 1 gallon would cost you $40 million. It's very rare and is difficult to harvest, but it can be used in the medical industry. It can treat things like arthritis and even cancers. Diamalfi Lemoncello Supreme is the most expensive drink in the world. One bottle costs $35,596,000. Only 2 were ever made. The bottles have 3 large diamonds on them too. King Cobra Venom is one of the most expensive liquids in the world. Just a single drop could take an elephant's life, but it can be used to treat arthritis and cancers. It's even used in anti-wrinkle cream. 1 gallon of King Cobra Venom would cost $136,000.